Very warm greetings to all of you. Today we will discuss Chapter 11 International Trade from Class 12th Geography textbook India, People and Economy. Before starting the chapter, let's test your previous knowledge about the topic. What is international trade? Trade between two or more countries is called international trade. This involves the exchange of goods and services between the citizens of two countries. Why is international trade necessary? International trade is beneficial as no country is self-sufficient. It bridges the gap between surplus regions and deficit regions through export and imports. Countries need to trade to obtain commodities they cannot produce themselves, or they can purchase elsewhere at a lower price. It helps countries in maintaining the specialization in the production of goods and services. It increases international cooperation and understanding. In early times, it played a significant role in the cultural diffusion. International trade of India. Business with foreign nations is not a new phenomenon in India. India used to trade with foreign nations even in BC. Since 1498, Europeans did trade with the rulers of India using the sea route. The main export items then were spices like pepper, ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg, mace and cloves. From 1947 to 1991, the Indian economy remained largely as a closed economy. High taxes were levied on import of items. Foreign investments like FDI were restricted. However, after the liberalization in 1991, foreign trade improved significantly. A change has been recorded in the volume, composition and direction of commodities in India's international trade. India's share in global merchandise exports is 1.67% with a low share in top globally traded items. In services, it enjoys 3.54% share. Now we will talk about changing nature of international trade of India. In 1950-51, India's external trade was worth Rs 12,140 million, which rose to Rs 44,29,762 crores in 2016-17. The main reasons for the rise in the quantum of trade are momentum picked up by the manufacturing sector, the liberal policies of the government and the diversification of markets. Now we will talk about volume of trade. The volume of trade has increased many times. India's trade and external segment had a significant impact on the GDP growth as well as expansion in per capita income. India's foreign trade since 2020 April has increased. Its overall exports, merchandise and services combined together are estimated to be about US dollars 27.96 billion, exhibiting a negative growth of 36.65% over the same period last year. Overall imports in April 2020 are estimated to be US dollars 27.80 billion, exhibiting a negative growth of 47.36% over the same period last year. Changing nature of international trade of India. The nature of India's foreign trade has changed over the years. Though there has been an increase in the total volume of import and export, the value of import continued to be higher than that of exports. There has been an increase in trade deficit over the last couple of years. This increase in deficit is attributed to the price rise of crude petroleum, which forms a major component of India's international trade. Changing pattern of the composition of international trade of India. Composition of trade means a study of the goods and services of imports and exports of a country. In other words, it tells us about the commodities of imports and the commodities of exports of a country. Therefore, it indicates the structure and level of economic development of a country. Changing nature of India's export. The composition of commodities in India's international trade has been undergoing change over years. The share of agriculture and allied products have declined, whereas shares of petroleum and crude products and other commodities have increased. The shares of ore, minerals and manufactured goods have largely remained constant over the years from 2009-10 to 2016 and 17. The increase in share of petroleum products is due to the rise in petroleum price as well as India's refining capacity. Indian exports are broadly classified as traditional and non-traditional. The decline in traditional products such as cereals, coffee, cashew nuts is largely due to the competition from the international market. Amongst the agricultural products, there is a great decline in the exports of traditional items such as coffee, spices, tea, pulses, though an increase has been registered in floriculture products, fresh fruits, marine products and sugar. Recent years have witnessed the emergence of several new export items which may therefore be called the non-traditional items. Some of such exports such as engineering goods, that is machinery, transport and metal products, iron and steel, chemicals and chemical products have in fact now become even more important than the traditional items in the country's commodity exports. The rising share of non-traditional items in our export trade is indication of the industrial development of our economy. The substantial rise in the exports of engineering goods and chemical products is the direct outcome of India's industrial development in the last 60 years of economic development. Manufacturing sector alone accounted for 73.6% of India's total value of export in 2016 and 17. Engineering goods have shown a significant growth in the export list. China and other East Asian countries are our major competitors. Gems and jewelry contribute a larger portion of India's foreign trade. Changing nature of India's import. India faced serious food shortage during 1950s and 60s. The major item of import at that time was food grain, capital goods, machinery and equipments. The balance of payment was adverse as imports were more than exports, in spite of all the efforts of import substitution. After 1970s, food grain import was discontinued due to the success of Green Revolution. But the energy crisis of 1973 pushed the prices of petroleum and import budget was also pushed up. Fertilizers and petroleum replaced food grain import. Machine and equipment, special steel, edible oil and chemicals largely make the import basket. Now we will talk about the direction of trade. Direction of trade means a study of the countries to whom the exports are made and from whom the imports are made. Direction of trade. India has trade relations with most of the countries and major trading blocs of the world. In the year 1990, in exports, the maximum share, that is 17.9%, was that of Eastern Europe, that is Romania, East Germany and USSR. In import trade, maximum share, that is 16.5%, was that of OPEC, that is Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, etc. In 2008-9, the largest share in India's foreign trade, both imports and exports, was that of European Union, that is Germany, Belgium, France, UK, etc. and developing countries. Now, UAE, that's United Arab Emirates, China and US have occupied important place in India's foreign trade. The importance of England, Russia has declined. India's border trade. If we talk about the bordering trade, Nepal tops the list. Bangladesh comes second, Pakistan even behind Bhutan. Most of India's foreign trade is carried through sea and air routes, but a small portion is also carried through land routes. India's border trade with its 6 neighboring countries, China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan and Myanmar, accounts for a little over $12 billion, which is just 1.56% of India's global trade of $76.9 billion in the financial year 2017-18. Nepal tops the list of countries in terms of India's border trade with its neighbor, followed by Bangladesh, China, Bhutan, Pakistan and Myanmar. Steps have been taken by India to increase its share in international trade. India aims to double its share in the international trade within the next 5 years. India has started adopting suitable measures such as import liberalization, reduction in import duties, delicensing and change from process to product patents for attaining these goals. Now, we will talk about why seaports are called gateways of international trade. India is covered by 3 sides with water. It has longest coastline, 7,516.5 km. Water is the cheapest means of transport. West Coast in India has more seaports than East Coast. Most of the international trade takes place through sea routes. Major ports are controlled by central government. Minor ports are under different state governments. There are 12 major and 185 minor ports in India. Most of the ports are equipped with modern facilities. In case of the major ports, central government decides the policy and plays regulatory functions. The minor ports are there whose policy and functions are regulated by state governments. So, let's know about the major ports of India. Kandla, also known as Deen Dayal Port, located in Gujarat. This port is mainly designed to receive large quantities of petroleum and petroleum products and fertilizers. To reduce the pressure at Kandla port, an offshore terminal named Vadinar has also been developed. Due to confusion in demarcation of the boundary, hinterland of one port may overlap with that of the another. This port is situated at the head of Gulf of Kutch. The main objective of this main port are to serve the needs of western and northwestern ports of the country and also to reduce the pressure at Mumbai port. Mumbai port, which is located in Maharashtra, is the largest Indian seaport. This port is mainly designed to receive large quantities of petroleum products and fertilizers, and one of the main ports being designed by Britishers. Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, which is also known as Nhava Sheva, located in Maharashtra. This satellite port is located at Nhava Sheva. It was developed to relieve the pressure at Mumbai port. It is the largest container port in India, largest artificial port as well. Marmagaon in Goa. It is located at the entrance of the Zuari estuary, which is a natural harbour in Goa. It gained significance after its remodeling in 1961 to handle iron ore exports to Japan. Construction of Konkan Railway extended its hinterland, that is Karnataka, Goa, southern Maharashtra, constitute its hinterland. New Mangalore port, located in Karnataka. It is mainly used to export iron ore and iron concentrates and other commodities like fertilizers, petroleum products, edible oils, coffee, tea, wood pulp, yam, granite stone and molasses. It is located in Karnataka, which is its major hinterland. Now, we will talk about Kochi port, located in Kerala. This port is popularly known as Queen of the Arabian Sea. It is a natural harbour and situated at the head of Vembanad Koyal. Kochi port is located close to the Suez-Colombo route. It serves the needs of Kerala, southern Karnataka and southwestern Tamil Nadu. Tuticorin port, located in Tamil Nadu. It is another port which was developed to relieve the pressure of Chennai port. This port handles a number of commodities like coal, salt, food grains, edible oils, sugar, chemicals and petroleum products. Chennai port, which is located in Tamil Nadu, is the third oldest in the country. The artificial harbour of Chennai is one of the oldest ports on the eastern coast. It was built in 1859. It is the second busiest port in India. Because of the shallow water near the coast, it is not suitable for large ships. It constitutes its hinterland in form of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. Ennore. located near Chennai, one of the most easily accessible ports of India. This newly developed port is situated 25 kilometers north of Chennai. It was developed to minimize the pressure at Chennai port, and it is also India's first corporatized port. Visakhapatnam port. It is a landlocked harbour situated in Andhra Pradesh, deepest port of India. It is connected to the sea by a channel which is cut through solid rock and sand. To handle various commodities like iron ore, petroleum and general cargo, an outer harbour has been developed. Amenities for building and fixing of ships are also available here. Paradweep in Odisha. This port is located in the Mahanadi Delta and is about 100 kilometers far from Cuttack. It's also a natural harbour. It has advantage of having the deepest harbour, thus it is best suited to handle very large vessels. It mainly handles large-scale export of iron ore. Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand constitute its hinterland. Haldia port is located near Kolkata in West Bengal. It is located 105 km downstream from Kolkata. It has been constructed to reduce the congestion at Kolkata port. It handles bulk cargo like iron ore, coal, petroleum products and fertilizers, jute products, cotton and cotton yarn. Now we will talk about importance of air transport. Airways provide fastest means of transport. Air transport is the most comfortable one as well. Air transport is suitable for long distance. Airways are the best means of transport in remote, inaccessible and hostile area. During natural and human-made calamities like flood, earthquakes and war, air transport play an important role. Airports. Air transport plays a significant role in the international trade of a nation. Its advantages are: air transport is very useful for handling high-value or perishable goods over long distance. It takes less time to transport cargo. Yes, airways has its own disadvantages. It is very costly. It is not suitable for the transportation of heavy and bulky commodities. At present, there are 12 international airports in India. They are Indira Gandhi International Airport, Delhi; Rajiv Gandhi International Airport located at Hyderabad; Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport located in Mumbai; Chennai International Airport located in Tamil Nadu; Kampegowda International Airport at Bengaluru; Rajashansi International Airport at Amritsar; Lokpriya Gopinath Bordolai International Airport at Guwahati; Dublin Airport in Goa; Netaji Subhash Chandra International Airport located at Kolkata; Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport located in Ahmedabad; Kochi Rayoma Airport at Kochi; Thiruvananthapuram International Airport located in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. India is presently known as one of the most important players in the global economic landscape. Its trade policies, government reforms and inherent economic strength has attributed to its standing as one of the most sought-after destinations for foreign investments in the world. Also, technological and infrastructural development being carried out across the country augurs well for the trade and economic sector in the years to come. The Government of India has been working on striking important deals with the governments of Japan, Australia, Brazil and South Africa to increase contribution towards economic development of the country and growth in the global market. After going through the chapter, you must be well versed with the following terms. These terms are hinterland. Hinterland is the area served by a port. It is the area of influence of a port. It is a region lying inland from a coast or a river. For example, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand are hinterlands of Kolkata port. Import duty. Import duty is a type of tax levied on import and specific exports of a nation's customs authorities. The value of goods will generally decide the amount of import duty that will be imposed. Sometimes import duty is also referred to as customs duty, import tax, import tariff or simply tariff. Delicensing is another term which you have read. It refers to the policy of opening the economy and abolishing government control by removing the earlier restrictions and licenses. Let us quickly revise what we have learned in this part. We have done the importance of international trade, Changing natures of India's foreign trade in terms of volume, composition and direction. Changing pattern of composition of India's export, composition of Indian import, direction of trade, seaports as gateways of international trade, importance of airports in terms of international trade. I hope you have understood the chapter. You are required to read the textbook thoroughly for better understanding. Thank you.